How's it going, everybody? Today I'm reviewing The Flash Season 2, Episode 20, Rupture. Spoilers for episode, not seen it, go watch this episode, then come back here. Then we start off this episode, Barry's fighting crime as a hologram. He's he's controlling it from back in the lab, and that's how they're kind of dealing with crime. He can't really go in buildings, he can only do so much with this hologram figure, and it's not exactly the same as fighting it all together. Meanwhile, finally we get to see Barry's dad. He's been out doing whatever he does for the whole season. He finally decides, no, it's time to come back. But it actually created a great dynamic this episode because he kind of got Barry with three separate types of father figures. You have his father figure in Wells, where he's kind of just the hard ass. Then you got the father figure in Joe, and of course Barry's biological father. So there's a lot of good dynamic there, especially their views on things where they don't want Barry. Some, like Harrison, wants him to have this thing. He needs to have this feedback, and he's kind of right. And then meanwhile, is Barry's actual dad is against that, and he just doesn't care. Like he wants Barry to be Barry, and there's a lot of just conflicting ideas, and I like seeing that dynamic where Barry's kind of being pulled in different directions from different people. I also like how they were very hesitant of the particle accelerator, because at the end of the last episode, it seemed like, oh, this is going to be a great idea, but I'm happy that not everyone was on board with it, because it can create tons of problems. There could be more metahumans, there could be just a lot of issues that could arise, lots of things can go wrong. The last time they did something like this, a wormhole opened up and they went to different Earths. So I like that aspect where there's people that don't like this idea. Meanwhile, Cisco vibes, and he finds his brother, and he finally sees him, and they still don't really get along too much. And it seems like whenever Cisco's around his brother, bad things happen, and we get Rupture, his brother's doppelganger from Earth 2, and he's like freaked out by it and everything like that. And he's pissed off because Zoom told him that Cisco was the one responsible for the death of his brother on Earth 2. So he was a very fun type of villain. Yeah, it wasn't like my standout moment of the episode. My standout was the ending. I'll get to that in a second. But meanwhile, Zoom takes Caitlin, and they go to Earth 1. He's going to basically take over Earth 1. He tells the cops, like, if you do anything, I'm going to kill you, basically. And he kind of goes through with his promise, like I say at the end. But that was a great thing there. Luckily, Caitlin finds a way to grab her phone, and she lets them know that there's this whole plan, because Rupture screwed up the first time, that Rupture is going to go and attack them at Jitters, and they set up that whole sting there to try to take him down. I still do like that Zoom has that soft spot for Caitlin. It adds a little bit of dimension to him instead of he's a pure evil person. Although we don't know how long his fondness for her might last, but I do like that aspect of Zoom because it has a bit of humanity. Speaking of types of relationships, I love the Barry Iris scene that they had this week, where she's like, hey, like, I wasn't available back then, I am now, I just want to let you know. And the way Grant Gustin acted in the scene, it was great. It felt very real. Like he's happy, but at the same time, there's a lot going on in his life right now. He doesn't have a speed, he doesn't know whether he should or not, and then this gets thrown in there, like, and he doesn't really know how to respond to it. He's kind of speechless. So I like that. I'm glad they're not forcing this. I feel like it's becoming very natural, and I like that aspect of it. It's not forced. I don't need to see them together right this second. There's bigger things going on. I like that it's there in the background. It's not taking over the forefront of the story, and I like that. Now let's get to that the almost end scene where Zoom's at Jitters, and because Rupture screwed up, he got caught by the fake hologram, and they got him. Meanwhile, Zoom comes in, and he just annihilates all the cops. All of them. And I was like, holy crap, this went dark. It's when, like, dark as it does go on Arrow, it went there on The Flash, and I loved it. I loved it because it shows the stakes are real. The stakes are real. Sure, we don't know these police officers, but it felt very real. This, of course, finally clicks in on Barry's head that I gotta have my speed back. So to set up the experiment again, Cisco's up on the roof. He's yelling Harry Potter, Expecto Patronus, I believe that's what he said, or he's dropping crazy lines this whole episode. It's a Harry Potter line, and that was great. But they finally get him all, he's all tucked in, he's strapped in, he's ready to go, and of course, meanwhile, while this is all going on, you have Wally and Jesse. They're in the little room, the side room. They find a way out, and you knew as soon as they found the way out, you knew that this is where they're going to grab their speed from. Of course, the accelerator's going off at the same time, and Zoom sees it going on. He's like, oh, are you serious right now? And he goes and runs over there, but before that happens, Barry, the Speed Force going through him, and he just evaporates or explodes or something. His face melts off him. Of course, he's not actually dead. I'm going to say that right now. He's not dead. There's no way they're killing off Barry. He might be gone for an episode, but he's not dead. But yeah, it was great. I love the way that all played out. And now we got the birth of Wally West as a speedster and Jesse Quick as a speedster. So I wonder how they're gonna, if we're gonna get costumes for them maybe next week. Who knows? I have no idea. I'm excited for it though, to see these two new speedsters. And sure, it feels a little weird that they're adding these two speedsters this close to the end of the season. But hey, I'm on board for it. Whatever you guys want to do, I trust you guys. But yeah, I really liked the episode. The ending, the last like 20 minutes with the scene at Jitters and the experiment and everything like that, particle accelerator, was all great. Great. Anyways, let me know your thoughts on the episode in the comment section below. Again, be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more videos each and every week. That is it, and I will talk to y'all later.